Can you play hide and seek on the Waves 1 to 6 DLC tracks? Let's find out.
Before this video even starts, if you enjoy it even just a little bit, please subscribe. Please, it helps a lot. Listen, we're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. 5,000 subscribers by April. This is not a drill. Please subscribe. Now! Hello, I am here to inspect these maps in Mario Kart Deluxe to see if you can play hide and seek in them. As you can see on the screen, I have gameplay. Now, while there are a bunch of bushes in this map and a lot of places that seem like you could hide in, it is also a humongous track, so technically you would have to cut it down quite a bit to make the playing field fair for the seekers. It just also isn't very suitable for hide and seek, in my honest opinion, but I will give it a pass because, to be fair, there are valid hiding spots such as bushes and areas where you could possibly duck down and make some space for yourself. Paris Promenade gets a pass from me. You can play hide and seek on it, even though it's probably not the best environment. Coming to Toad Circuit now, evaluating this map, it really doesn't seem like there's many hiding spots at all. I mean, you can drive as far as you want. There's a little place here if you'd like to hide next to the Yoshi, as long as he doesn't blow your spot. There's also a place right here behind the mushroom, and there's a few places behind some of the pipe. There's also a few other places, but they are also behind barricades, which wouldn't be allowed. I would definitely disqualify you for going behind the barricades. Yes, Liam, I can see you. Stop cheating. Sorry, my Toad Circuit fanboys, but Toad Circuit gets a fail from me. You cannot play hide and seek on this track. Choco Mountain is a very, very interesting track and also a very fun one to drive. However, because it is literally a mountain, there is no way you can possibly play hide and seek on this without it being dangerous. Unless you would like to hide next to some of the shy guys, not knowing whether they will bust your spot or not, or maybe behind this rock right here. There's just really not that many places, and unfortunately, there is a very, very dangerous glider section, which would pretty much have you in the void within seconds. I'm going to have to fail this for hide and seek. Next up, we have a fan favorite track, Coconut Mall. It actually literally is a mall. You can hide in this mall. There is many places you can hide. There is also many layers. However, there are some out-of-bounds parts, such as the car park, which we will show. There's this section that you could hide in behind the tree. There is this section where you could hide behind the tree as well. You could also hide in here behind the tree, or you can sneak under the chairs. You can also hide behind the stairs, which is quite a convenient place to get all of your buddies lined up. Car park, unfortunately, is out of bounds. However, if you can make your way there and you can somehow win the game of hide and seek, honestly, fair play. So next up is Tokyo Blur, and yeah, you will not catch me playing hide and seek on this track. I'm already going to deny this track as a track you can even play hide and seek on, because not only is it very dangerous, it is literally on a main highway, there's just no spots. There's no hiding spots whatsoever. There's one maybe right here if you sneak your little head in there, but there is just no shot that you can play hide and seek on this track without it being dangerous or like jumping out of the map, which would be illegal. So this map is denied for hide and seek, unfortunately. Up next, we have Shroom Ridge. Yeah, no, it can't happen. No, it's not gonna happen. It can't. You just can't. You can't. No, it's denied. No. Next up, we have Sky Gardens, a very, very fun map. However, can you play hide and seek on it? I would say the answer is absolutely not. There is literally no place on this map. If you can find a place on this map to play hide and seek, fair play, go for it. The only place that I could see you playing hide and seek is right here. Other than that, there is literally nowhere. You are in the sky. How are you going to play hide and seek here? No, this map is denied. You cannot play hide and seek on this map. Next, we have Ninja Hideaway. Probably one of the least enjoyable maps for me, but for hide and seek, this map is actually fantastic, to be honest. There's a lot of spots on this map where you can hide. You can get your friends together and play a little bit of hide and seek in specifically this area. You can also jump down here and get a little spot down there. Got some little friendly toads cheering us on. If you'd like to hide next to one of the toads as long as they don't blow your cover. And there's also a lot of areas in this space right here where you could hide behind pretty much everything. There's actually a lot of bowls of food that you could hide behind, and you can also climb on top of the tables and maybe hide on top of them, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you could ask one of the Yoshis to find you a spot. Wouldn't really trust the Shy Guys personally, but there is tons of places to play hide and seek on this map. Definitely approve of this one. New York Minute, regarded as probably one of the most slippery tracks in the entire game. We do have some hiding spots in this map that are possible. However, we've also got a lot of barriers. Now, probably as I haven't talked about yet, barriers are unfortunately out of bounds in this quote-unquote challenge. So if you were to play hide and seek on these maps and there are barriers, you are not allowed to pass them. That is, I feel like, common sense. There is quite a few hiding spots here behind trees, obviously under benches, and there's a ton of hiding spots in areas that are a little bit more conspicuous than others, such as here. This map, however, does get an approval from me. You definitely can play hide and seek. Next up, we have Mario Circuit 3. Now, while this map isn't very dangerous or anything, there's nothing crazy going on in this map. There really isn't many hiding spots. Not any that I could specifically point out anyway. Obviously, you can hide behind the pipes. Obviously, you could jump the walls, but at that point, it would just kind of be a splat zone. Maybe you could play laser tag on this map or something, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to disprove this map for hide and seek. It's just got nothing. It is a whole load of nothing. Now, you know what they say, don't let kids hang out with the trains. I don't know if they say that. But regardless, well, it's hide and seek. Hide and seek is a kid's game. Definitely wouldn't let my kids around these train tracks. Calamari Desert just automatically gets a no from me for the unsafety of this track, and because there is literally nothing happening once again. Another unsafe track. Next up, we have Waluigi Pinball. This track is actually a great track. However, simply because of this pinball and the section coming up right here, we just can't have kids playing on this playground. This is just, it's very unsafe. If I saw my little son Sammy walking across the pinball machine, getting hit by pinballs over and over again, and going, Mommy, come play! Or Daddy, come play with me! Come play with me! We're gonna play hide and seek! I would say, son, go back inside and do your homework. This is another map I'm gonna have to disapprove for hide and seek. Next up, we have my country's very own Sydney Sprint. Obviously, Australia is a fantastic country, and it came with a fantastic Mario Kart map. However, I'm not sure if this is the safest for hide and seek. However, I think that there's definitely a few valuable hiding spots in this map, such as behind a few bushes, below the staircase, midway through the map. I'm not sure if flying over an entire body of water is the safest thing for kids, but go off, I guess. There's also a little mini boat that you can hide on this map. And there's also, of course, Toads and Yoshis cheering you on. Also hide on the Ferris wheel and the merry-go-round. However, it is kind of behind barriers, so you'd have to ask for entry into those places, of course. So it might be a little bit hard if you're underage, of course, without parents or any supervision. Nonetheless, I do approve this map for hide and seek. Snowland time! Now, while this is a very sweet map, very cool, well, it's not very cool, actually, it's very cold, and that's probably one of the reasons why I would unfortunately have to disapprove this map for hide and seek. The kids would just get too cold, and, I mean, realistically, there are some hiding spots to hide, like, maybe under this hill right here, or even near the trees. I would just have to purely go off how cold it would be and how unsafe it would be for the kids. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to disapprove this map for hide and seek. Mushroom Gorge, a fan favorite map, and possibly a fan favorite hide and seek spot. There is a bunch of mushrooms in this map that you can hide under, and unfortunately this is out of bounds. However, you can also hide here near the trees and near some of the mushrooms. Some spaces here in this cave, however, it's pretty limited. Most of the hiding spots are going to be outside, which is probably where most of you kids should be spending your time anyway. However, I do indeed approve of Mushroom Gorge as a hide and seek map. Unfortunately, no, the mushrooms will not be allowed to be bounced on. They are out of bounds. The majority of the map is still safe enough, and we can just barricade off the mushrooms and pretend that it's just a drug ring. I mean, nope, there's no possible way. Nope, next. Next two maps being London Loop and Boo Lake are just simply impossible to even attempt to play hide and seek on. Firstly, London Loop is in the middle of a city. It is completely dangerous. I wouldn't even put my kids in that city regardless of in real life or in game. And Boo Lake is literally underwater. Unless you want your children to literally suffocate and drown. Yeah, no, you're not playing hide and seek. I disapprove both maps for hide and seek. However, the next map that I'd like to talk about is Alpine Pass, or as it's called in the American version, Rock Mountain. This is a fantastic map, and it's also a great map for hide and seek. To be honest, probably one of the best. There is quite a small area that I would class as the hide and seek area, which is this area right here. There is rocks, trees, and logs that the kids could play on, but you can also hide behind them, hide in them if you really want to, and of course, there's even a lower section here where the kids could probably, you know, break their legs, but they could also get down here and play some hide and seek as well. However, moving past this part, obviously there is a massive mountain with several boulders coming down. I'd probably restrict this area to the kids. However, this part is fairly safe. I mean, so far we've had decades of no rocks falling down this mountain just yet. We're still waiting out for whatever is at the top to just come crumbling down, but for right now it is pretty safe, and I would regard this as a approval for hide and seek. The next map we have is Maple Treeway, which, you know, I'm just gonna automatically disapprove because, I mean, there's literally no hiding spaces whatsoever, not even a single one, and I mean, the wigglers are cool and cute. I guess you could hide in the leaves if you really wanted to. I guess you could play a game of mini hide and seek if that's your cup of tea. However, we're looking for more bigger spaces and maybe a little bit safer areas, but I still disapprove this map. The next map we have is Berlin Byways. For obvious reasons, I'm going to disapprove of this map as I hop on top of this car. Next up, we have Peach Gardens. This is a fantastic racing course, but maybe not so much a hide and seek course. You probably could play hide and seek on this map if you really tried. I'm gonna half approve this one. While it's not very unsafe because chompers aren't really a real thing and they probably wouldn't exist in the real world, it's just probably not very fun to play hide and seek on because, I mean, the only places to hide are in bushes. Technically, it's still an approval. You can play hide and seek on this map. Merry Merry Mountain is our next map. While it is on the sketchier side because of how hilly and mountainy it is, hence the word mountain in the name. It is filled with hiding spots, to be honest. There's trees, there's gifts, and there's a ton of snow that I'm sure the kids would love to just dig their faces into. But yeah, there's a ton of hiding spots on this map. I'm just gonna approve it because, you know what, snow is fun, and while it is cold, it's not Snowland cold, so it's not as bad. It's definitely more of a fun, festive hide-and-seek area. Unfortunately, I would have to barricade off the extremely steep hill. However, the rest of the map is all good. The last of the Wave 3 tracks, we have Rainbow Road. Do we even really have to talk about this one? 3DS Rainbow Road is an extraordinary map. However, unfortunately, due to the amount of ramps and very, very unsafe edges on this map, even if we put this one at a ground level, it still is very unsafe. And also, I mean, there's barriers everywhere. You could fall off anywhere, and there's just nowhere to hide at all. Even if you tried to make something on this map to try to hide in or under or on top of, it just doesn't work. This map gets a disapproval for me. It's still a great map regardless. Amsterdam Drift. Now, goddamn, does this map suck balls, and no one likes playing it or picking it when it comes up. But for hide and seek, it kind of passes, like, sort of. I mean, there's a lot of areas where you could possibly hide. Unfortunately, there's a massive jump here that would kind of get rid of a lot of space for people, and there's also an underwater section that would kind of get rid of a lot of space for people to hide. However, at the end of the map, there is quite a nice area where you could play a little bit of hide and seek, kind of like a mini hide and seek. However, yeah, I think that this map would be reduced a lot. It still does pass as a hide and seek map. Riverside Park. Now, this is quite an interesting one because there is a lot of trees and a lot of boulders on this map that you can hide behind, and there's definitely little crevices that you could get into in this map. Unfortunately, with how the rules work, you're not allowed to pass the fences and play underwater hide and seek. However, there are a few places that you can hide on this map, and there's definitely mini hide and seek potential, but I probably wouldn't use the entire map just to make it fair for the seekers. This map does pass for hide and seek though. Moving on now to DK Summit. This map is amazing. It is an incredible map. It is so much fun, but we don't care. This is about hide and seek, one of the most competitive, incredibly sophisticated game modes there is in the world. We do not care about how good this map is, because For hide and seek, this map is terrible. This map gets a fail from me for hide and seek. Not only is there nowhere to hide, but it is completely unsafe and it is absolutely freezing. I do not think anyone would even remotely want to play hide and seek on this map. As a matter of fact, if you want to play hide and seek on this map, tell me right now in the comment section, and I will come to your house, personally build this map on your land, and make you play hide and seek on it with your entire family, and we'll see how it goes. Now, Yoshi's Island, while a good map, not so good for hide and seek. Unfortunately, there's just not enough happening on this map. There's really not many objects that you can hide behind, let alone you literally being in the clouds for half the map, flying out of the sky. Like, this is not a children's map at all. This is very, very unsafe. And also, I don't even know how you could hide behind the blocks here or anything else, because I feel like you're kind of obvious in these places. Now, while you can probably play hide and seek on this map, I'm going to fail it because of the sheer amount of nothingness on it. There is literally nothing on it. And obviously, in one of the rules, you kind of had to have objects to hide behind. And, I mean, this map has basically none of that. Moving on to Bangkok Rush. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. This map sucks, but it is really good for hide and seek, baby. Let's go. Another one. Woo! Now, look at this market. You wouldn't have even been here. If you even remotely play Mario Kart, you probably don't go into this section of the map. This is incredible. You could play hide and seek for hours on this map. Yes, yes, perfect map. Approved, 100%. Amazing map for hide and seek. Awesome. Really sick. I would love to play hide and seek here. Are you kidding? My 5-year-old brain is going crazy. Next up, we have Mario Circuit. Now, this map is actually pretty cool. It's nice and short, and it does indeed work for hide and seek. There's a bunch of trees, a bunch of bushes around. Just ignore those little fireballs spitting spastics. They don't actually exist in real life, so it's fine. There's a bunch of pipes you can hide behind. There's rocks. I mean, there's even signs that you could hide behind. Unfortunately, obviously, the fences are out of bounds. And when we come up to this place, there is so many trees. I mean, this is just a 10-year-old's dream right here, is to hide behind a bunch of trees from your friends in the woods at, like, I don't even know, like 10 p.m. at night. To be a fantastic place to hide and seek. Hopefully you guys would agree, but I approve this map for hide and seek. Now, Waluigi Stadium, while this is a fantastic map to play and it's really fun for me personally, this map just doesn't work for hide and seek. I mean, besides the literal spinning fireballs, there's just nowhere to hide. I mean, you could probably hide on the tires and play a mini game of hide and seek, but regardless, there is nowhere to hide on this map. It is a this is for mountain bikes, boys. Yeah, if you want to get your mountain bikes out on this course, go for it. But this is not about mountain biking. This is about playing hide and seek. It just doesn't work. I'm going to have to disapprove Waluigi Stadium for hide and seek. Another tour track. We have Singapore Speedway. This one, I can already tell. I mean, I did the gameplay, so I already know the answer, but I can probably already tell, if I wasn't the one that was doing the gameplay, that this map just doesn't work for hide and seek at all. I mean, it's too wide, it's a city, there's a lot of roads, and, I mean, there's a lot happening, but it's not a lot of areas that I would find suitable for hide and seek, unfortunately. I mean, there are some places here and there that you could maybe, you know, the kids could run around and play and hide behind some poles and prank their friends, but it's not really a hide and seek map per se. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to deny this map for hide and seek. Now, in my thorough research, I have been looking at a lot of these maps today, and I have approved a lot of maps. Unfortunately, I think we're at another one where I'm going to have to disapprove, because I've searched all over Athens Dash for parts where there's even remotely small areas where you could play like a mini hide and seek, and there's not even a single area. It's also just kind of a weird map in general, because it's very hilly. Terrain is really, really weird on this map. Personally, I think this area is pretty cute, and maybe it could work. I just don't think that there's enough area for people to be able to play hide and seek in, and the environment just doesn't really make sense. Also, I would have to assume that it would be pretty warm in this place. However, this map is not suitable for hide and seek. Next up is Daisy Cruiser, and this map just works, but I'll show you why. There is a certain part of this map right here where it just works. Like, you can hide behind anything here. There's a bunch of tables, bunch of chairs, there's a bunch of poles. You could really play a little mini... Just ignore that the tables are moving around slightly, okay? Let's just pretend that's not there. But you really could play a really quick game of hide and seek. Just mini hide and seek in this place. I do genuinely believe that. Yes, this map is great for hide and seek. Once again, another map that is literally on the main highway. I'm going to deny this for obvious reasons, as I purposely run into a bomb, and then a car. Diving into Squeaky Clean Sprint now, one of my favorite maps in the entire game. However, does it work for hide and seek? Well, we're going into the bath here, which I don't know if you know, but you don't technically play hide and seek in the bath. It just doesn't work. I don't know what to say. 90% of this map is actually water, and unfortunately, I mean, while there are spots you could play little mini games of hide and seek, maybe like this area right here, it to me just doesn't work. Unfortunately, sorry Squeaky Clean Sprint, but you cannot play hide and seek on this map. Coming into the next cup now, we have LA Laps. Now, this is definitely a really weird one. Even though it does work, the map is really wide, and you wouldn't think this map would work for hide and seek, but technically it does. I mean, there's a lot of spots to hide. There's bushes, you can hide under chairs. Even at the start of the map, you can hide behind the rocks and the surfboards, and there's bushes here that you can hide behind. The only place that would be out of bounds is probably the stadium. You can hide on LA Laps. Next up, we have Sunset Wilds, and this map is undeniably terrible, both for the game, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and for hide and seek. It just doesn't work. There's nowhere to hide. Nowhere. Not a single place. Behind a cactus? I mean, sure, but other than that, there's nothing else on this map. It's terrible. No, you cannot hide on Sunset Wilds. A little bit disappointed with this one, because I thought it had something, you know, but it just didn't. Now, while it seems like we're speedrunning this, Cooper Cape just doesn't work at all. There's a lot of trees to hide behind, however, it is very unsafe with the water and the floods, and even just down the pipe, all there is water on this map. It just doesn't work. Cooper Cape does not work for hide and seek. Coming into Vancouver Velocity, another map that I'm just gonna have to fail, because not only is there simply nothing to hide behind, realistically, this isn't a very safe map either. It's also kind of cold, and, I mean, there's literally a bridge. Any kid could just have the temptation to jump off. Unfortunately, Vancouver Velocity is denied. Romavanti, finally a map that we can actually hide on. This map has a ruins area that the kids could definitely play around in and hide around in. I mean, there's a few places in the actual map that you can hide in as well, but definitely in the ruins is where I'd see probably most of the little kiddies having fun. We can also hide in this area right here, which is a little bit later in the map, and also over here with the umbrellas and the stalls. This is a great place to hide. It would probably be a lot of fun. It looks fantastic, and this map is fantastic. Yes, Romavanti is approved for hide and seek, surprisingly. Wow, another fantastic map, DK Mountain. However, for obvious reasons, it doesn't work for hide and seek. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Sorry. DK Mountain is not approved for hide and seek. Daisy Circuit. Now, while there are places to hide technically on this map, I don't think that there's enough to constitute a game of hide and seek. This map is very wide, and there is a lot going on, but there isn't enough objects, I feel like, to hide behind, except for like trees and bushes, which we've had a lot of on these maps. And while this map is great and very fun, it is unfortunately not approved for hide and seek for those reasons. Piranha Plant Cove, I mean, what do you expect me to say? Oh, yeah, you can play hide and seek on this map. Next up, we have Madrid Drive, probably one of my favorite DLC tracks, actually. The more I look at this one, the more I realize it definitely would work in a real-life situation where kids were just out at Madrid, and they just like, hey, let's play hide and seek. There's definitely a ton of places that they could hide. So many places. I mean, this map is humongous. Even with the tables and chairs here, you could hide behind other people and just mess around. I mean, this map just works in like the sweetest way possible. It's massive. There's so many places that you can explore. And I mean, as a child, this is just a child's dream, really. This map definitely works for hide and seek. Rosalina's Ice World. Going by the same rules that we did before, the place would just simply be too cold for kids to play hide and seek at. While this place could work, it is unfortunately not approved for hide and seek. The last two maps, we have Bowser's Castle 3, which is denied, for obvious reasons, and Rainbow Road from the Wii, which, well, please, enlighten me on where you can play hide and seek on this map. I would love to know. That is it for this list on can you play hide and seek on these Mario Kart maps. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm gonna make some more videos like this. Let me know if you want to see the original 48 tracks. Other than that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.